Hi, everyone. We're live right now. Just give me a minute. Can everyone see me? Let me see. I'm going to give you guys, there you go. Hello, everyone. Let me know that you're here in the chat. If you're here, say hello. Okay, we're running. Okay, so I do see that there are people here. Okay, great. Yay! People are saying hello. Okay. Great. I'm going to give it a few more minutes before we start. I'm so excited to have you all on this class. This is our first class of the year, first of many. And again, I'm Eunice Kofi, and I am president, founder, and chief chemist of Nuekie. I'm so excited to have you guys on here. So I'm going to give it one more minute before I start. Latoya, I cannot see you, but I can see you're saying hello. Yes, Tiffany, I know you're excited about getting healthier skin, and I'm excited about you getting healthier skin too. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and start. As you know, I am Eunice Kofi. I am the founder and chief chemist of Nuekie. And Nuekie is an innovative health and beauty company for people of color. So right now we're actually in my laboratory where all the magic happens. And this is one of the first of many classes that I'll be teaching on skincare and hair care for people of color. Throughout the year, each month I'm going to present a class that will be informative, interactive, and that will allow you to get the information you need to have healthy hair and beautiful skin. I'm going to break down the science for you, and I hope that it'll be beneficial to you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have a slideshow And I'm going to set up my screen so that you can see it. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Hi, Christopher. I'm live on Facebook as well. So for those that have not been able to, who are on Facebook and cannot see my screen, if you want to see the slideshow, just head over to YouTube and type in Nuekie, and then you'll be able to see me live on our YouTube channel. Okay, so here we go. Is everyone able to see the screen for the presentation? Let me make sure of that. Okay, so everyone can see it. Okay, great. All right, so today's class is called Basic Skincare for Skin of Color. And before we get into the actual nuts and bolts of everything, I want to tell you my story and how I got started in what I do today. As a young girl, I was constantly picked on because of my dark skin color. I was called all kinds of names: African booty scratcher, blackie. Girls would pull on my hair. It got so bad to the point where I remember being spit on, and I was just really, really bullied because of the way I looked. And it really took a toll on my self-esteem. It made me feel like I was inferior, that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't beautiful enough. And the thing that saved me was my father. My father introducing me to science was really my saving grace, because it allowed me to shift my focus from what I was experiencing as a young girl. And so my dad would spend countless hours with me developing science experiments, and he taught me how to grow corn. He taught me so many things when it came to science. And so he helped me enter my first science fair. And it was through that I gained my confidence. I actually won the science fair, and I realized through that moment was my classmates may not view me as the most beautiful person in the room, but they will view me as the smartest person in the room. And so I went on to compete in science fairs, and actually won quite a few. And I went on to college and majored in chemistry, molecular biology. And it was through a chance meeting with my a chemistry or organic chemistry lab professor, where I actually learned about cosmetic science. He taught us how to make hair relaxers and lotions. We didn't really do the regular labs that were assigned to us by the department. And so this opportunity gave me and my classmates an opportunity to actually practically apply science to everyday life. So I would really get engulfed into it, and my professor basically took me under his wing and taught me everything that I knew. And basically he took that time out to show me what I could do with the knowledge that I gained in class. And so it was at that time that I realized that there weren't a lot of products on the market that were pharmaceutical grade or medical grade that actually treated the hair and skin conditions that were common in people of color. So I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and incorporate this company. I decided to name it Nuekie, which is my middle name, and it means first daughter in the family and hardworking one. And I decided to name it that because I wanted to incorporate a lot of who I am. My family is from Ghana, West Africa, and I wanted to incorporate a lot of my background into that. And I'll discuss that, you know, at a later date. But let's go ahead and dive into the presentation. So my main goal is to help you to achieve the skin that you've always dreamed of. I'm like you, I grew up with really, really bad skin. I remember in high school having to deal with acne, and my dad would bring me all kinds of soaps and cleansers to help me control the acne. But it just didn't seem to work. And I spent quite a lot of time trying to figure out my skin, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work, a lot of reading and studying. And it got to the point where when I was in college, I was able to figure out a combination that was great for me. And the combination was the basics, having that foundation of taking care of your skin on a daily basis. So I'm going to go through these steps, but first I want to define what is skin of color, or when I say ethnic skin or ethnic population. All of that includes what you see here in this slide: persons of African descent, Middle Easterners, Latinos, Asians, Native Americans, Indians. All of those persons are persons of ethnic heritage or who have skin of color because they have some sort of pigment to their skin. And we have a unique structure and function to our skin that is different from what you would see in Caucasian skin and hair. So our skin exhibits diseases that are a lot different. So we tend to deal a lot with hyperpigmentation. We tend to deal a lot with melasma. We tend to deal with CCCA, which is a form of hair loss that's found in African American women. So we deal with a lot of different issues that are not really being addressed by the major companies like your Procter & Gamble's, your Johnson & Johnson's, because our physiology is a lot different. And so when you're creating products and developing products, you have to take those things into account. So how do we get our skin pigment? Well, our skin pigment basically is created through a series of reactions. And here is just a basic reaction of how we get our skin pigment. So tyrosine is a protein that is found in our bodies. And when it is activated by enzymes, it creates eumelanin. And the eumelanin is basically the brown, black pigment that we have in our skin. So as I said before, the big beauty brands don't necessarily take into account the unique structure and function to our skin and hair. And they tend to think that one size fits all, and it doesn't. So 7 facts about ethnic skin that you may not know is that we have large melanocytes that releases the melanin. Melanin is basically the substance that gives us the pigment in our skin. Melanin acts as a natural sun protection factor, so basically it's a natural sunscreen. And we tend to have fewer lines and wrinkles. We're more prone to pigmentary disorders such as hyperpigmentation, dark spots, melasma, uneven skin tone. We tend to develop raised scarring such as keloids. I'm sure you've seen people with extra skin behind their ear, and that's basically keloids. Men of color tend to deal with razor bumps, and we also tend to deal with loss of skin pigment, which is basically called vitiligo. So in order to have great skin, you have to know your skin. That is so important. And that starts off with being able to figure out your skin type. So there are 5 basic skin types. You have your normal, your dry skin, your oily skin, you have your combination skin, and then you have your sensitive skin. Now, for some people, they may have a combination of dry and sensitive skin, or oily and sensitive skin. And we'll address those factors as we go through this presentation or this class. But the basic things that you need to know is that there's 5 different types: normal, dry, oily, combination, and sensitive. And all of these different skin types have unique factors to them that will help you determine how you would take care of your skin. So how do you figure out what type of skin you have? So you would do a basic blot test. You would take a Kleenex, some tissue, and you need lukewarm water. You need a clean towel. And so basically what you would do is you would wash your face as you would do normally, and then you would wait a few minutes to allow your face to dry after you towel blot it. And then let's say maybe about 3 to 5 minutes after you've washed your face, you're going to take a blotting towel or a blotting tissue or Kleenex, and you're going to place it on your face for 1 minute, and then you'll release it. And so what you're going to do is you're going to look down at the tissue and look for certain indicators to see if you have normal, dry, oily, or combination or sensitive skin. So for normal skin, you'll see very little oil on the tissue. And you probably will see next to none, but the best indicator is very little splotches, very small spots of oil. And that basically lets you know that you have normal skin. Now, dry skin, you will see no oil on the tissue. For oily skin, you'll have oil appear all over the tissue. You'll see splotches of oil all over the tissue. For combination skin, you'll see oil splotches in the T-zone area, and your T-zone area is just your forehead and down through your nose. And those that have sensitive skin, after you wash your face, you'll start to have that itchy, dry feeling to your skin, and that basically lets you know that you have sensitive skin, and that you may even have a little bit of irritation to the cleanser that you've used. So again, your 5 different skin types that you should know are normal, dry, oily, combination, and sensitive skin. So normal skin, again, tends to have little to no imperfections. Normal skin can use any type of skincare product, and it has very little hormonal changes that occur. For dry skin, you would have, you tend to have dull looking skin. The skin tends to be thin and lacks a lot of moisture. And you tend to notice people who have dry skin have fine lines and wrinkles. For those who live in cold climates, dry skin, it tends to worsen in those types of climates. And so you may experience a lot of chafing or chapping of the skin. When you're a person who has dry skin, you want to look for products that have hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is basically an active ingredient that is commonly found in the skin, but as we age, we tend to lose it. And so you want to look for products that contain that active ingredient to help put that moisture back into your skin. And it's great for plumping the skin, and it reduces fine lines and wrinkles. Oily skin, that means basically your sebaceous glands, which are your oil glands, tend to reduce or tend to release a lot of oil. For those who have oily skin, your pores may get clogged, which may lead to acne, which may lead to blackheads, and even hyperpigmentation. And so what I recommend for those who have oily skin is that they at least cleanse their face 2 to 3 times a day with a gel or foam-based cleanser. And also use oil-free based moisturizers. Moisturizer that contains hyaluronic acid or lactic acid is great for those who have oily skin. If you have combination skin is great for, combination skin is basically skin that has that T-zone area where your forehead and your nose area tends to have a lot of oil in that area. And so your cheeks tend to be dry. So for that skin type, I tend to recommend the usage of a light cream-based cleanser, and also to use oil-free moisturizers for that skin type. For those who have sensitive skin, as I said before, you'll feel a little irritation right after you cleanse your skin. And so you want to be very, very careful as to the types of products that you use on your skin. And so you want to stay away from fragrances, dyes, or any products that may contain alcohol. Those types of ingredients tend to cause sensitivities or reactions in the skin. So I'm going to show you how to put together a skincare regimen. But before we start, the key to having great skin is consistency. Consistency is the key to breakthrough. So if you want to have clear, beautiful skin, you have to be consistent in your skincare regimen. Okay, so creating your daily skincare regimen, as I said, it begins with being consistent. Consistency is the key to breakthrough. So the tools that you need to have in your skincare regimen include facial pre-cleanser, a facial cleanser, a facial toner, facial moisturizer, a broad spectrum sunscreen, a clean cotton towel, cotton balls, cotton pads, and lukewarm water. So anytime you get ready to start using using a skincare product, you need to do a patch test. So basically, your patch test is when you take, let's say, a cleanser or moisturizer, you want to take about a nickel size or a dime size and put it in your elbow area. And so you're going to place that product on your, a small size of that product on your elbow area, or inside of your elbow area. And then you're going to wait 24 hours to see if there's any type of reaction that takes place. If you see any irritation or feel any irritation, then most likely you may have some sensitivities to that particular skincare product. And so you just want to, that's a way of you experimenting with different products without actually using it on your face or other parts of your body and causing issues there. So the first step to a great skin is nutrition and exercise. I can't tell you how much that is the foundation of having great skin. So when you eat fruits and vegetables and drink water, then that helps with giving you clear skin. Hold on just one second. I'm sorry, everyone. The cleaning people are here in the lab, and so I didn't know they were going to be here today. And it was a bit distracting with the noise. So can everyone hear me clearly? Okay. So I'm going back to healing from within. So when I say healing from within, that's making sure that you are eating well, you're exercising, and you're drinking plenty of water. That is basically the foundation of great skin. And if you're eating bad, if you're eating foods that have high fats and high sugar content, it will show up in your skin. Don't believe the hype when you hear, well, oh, eating chocolate doesn't do anything to your skin. Well, I'm not saying that chocolate itself would do something bad to your skin, but it's the actual sugar. So eating foods that have a high content in sugar and fats will show up in your skin. So the second step is to pre-cleanse. A lot of people of color don't realize that they have to cleanse their skin twice. So when I mean using a pre-cleanser, basically it's a cleanser that helps to remove any dirt or sebum from the skin. It's basically a product that is like, or that may be oil-based, that can actually absorb the sebum and other impurities that are also oil-based. So for when you use a pre-cleanser, you want to take a nipple size of the pre-cleanser and rub it into your face. Your face can be a little dry or a little moist, and you rub it in for a few minutes, and you should actually start to see a light foam, or maybe a light emulsion start to show up on your skin as you're cleansing it. And so you want to cleanse in circular motions. So what the pre-cleanser that I use, of course, is Nuekie pre-cleanser here. And so I use that. I just take a little bit and I rub it in my skin, and it literally dissolves my makeup. I wear a lot of makeup when I go out and speak. I have on makeup right now, and when I go home, I'm going to use this. This is the first thing that I'm going to use. It helps to dissolve all of the makeup and dirt, sebum, impurities from the air. A lot of people don't realize that the air has a lot of impurities or from pollution that causes you to have lead to acne and other skin issues. So after you've done that, then you want to go ahead and wash the pre-cleanser off, and then you want to follow up with a cleanser. So a great cleanser is one that's made for your particular skin type. So if you have oily skin, then you want to get a cleanser that's great for oily skin. If you have sensitive skin, you want to get a cleanser that's great for sensitive skin. So once you've done with the pre-cleansing, then you want to follow up with your cleanser, and you're going to just do the same thing. You're going to get about a quarter size, and you're going to use your hands to rub the cleanser into your skin, or you can use a Clarisonic. I personally like using a Clarisonic because I think the Clarisonic has a lot more power than the fingers to actually really cleanse the skin. So I highly recommend getting a Clarisonic. And you want to wash your face after about 30 seconds of rubbing the cleanser into your skin with lukewarm water. And then when you dry your skin, you want to take the towel and just pat dry. I see a lot of questions coming in, so I'm going to try my best to answer those. I'm almost done with the presentation, so once I get towards the end, then we can do question and answer. Okay, so after you've done your cleansing and you've dried your skin, then you want to follow up with a toner. And so a toner is basically an astringent. It's another form of product that helps to remove dirt or sebum from the face, and it helps to remove any dirt that was left during the cleansing process. The key thing is you want to keep your skin clean to prevent bacteria uh, growing on your skin, which could lead to acne and other skin issues. So you would just take the toner, pour a little bit on a cotton ball or a cotton pad, and then you just blot it on your face. You never wash off your toner. Then you want to follow up with the moisturizer. And in particular, you want to have a moisturizer that has an SPF of 15 or 30. A lot of people of color think they cannot get skin cancer, and that's false. We do get skin cancer. So you want to make sure you get a moisturizer that's tailored to your skin type and that has an SPF of 15 or 30. If you're not able to get a moisturizer that has that, then you want to get a moisturizer for your skin type, and then you want to get a sunscreen for your skin type, and then you could just layer those on. So let's say you have a moisturizer that has an SPF. You're just going to get about a small dab of it, and you're going to just put small dabs in on your forehead, your cheeks, and you're just going to rub that in and rub it upward on your skin. And then you follow up after a minute or two with, if you don't have a moisturizer with an SPF, you follow up a minute or two with your sunscreen. So again, I stress sun protection, not only using an SPF sunscreen, but when you go out into hot climates where there's a lot of sun, you want to make sure that you're wearing protective clothing such as large brim hats. That helps to protect the skin from aging. It helps to prevent fine lines and wrinkles, and it helps to keep you looking younger. You also want to wear sunglasses when you're out in hot climates where there's a lot of sun, and that also protects the eyes and prevents fine lines and wrinkles occurring under your eyes. So again, my company develops products for skin of color, and primarily we have 2 products that are out on the market, and we have several more that will be coming out. One is the Moisture Therapy Cream, which incorporates shea butter, marula oil, baobab oil. All of these particular oils are found in Africa, and we incorporate this into the product along with hyaluronic acid, which helps to retain moisture. And then we also have a pre-cleanser that helps to remove any sebum, impurities, or any environmental debris that may be found on the skin. And it's great for all skin types. It's a very gentle cleanser for the skin. And if you notice that sometimes when you wash your face, you tend to get that itchy, dry feeling from some cleansers, and that just lets you know that you have some sort of irritation to that cleanser. And this particular cleanser that I designed doesn't do that. So I want to conclude with this quote by Lupita Nyong'o. There is no shame in Black beauty. Through these classes, I hope that you'll be able to redefine what beauty means and also understand your skin and your hair a lot better from a scientific perspective. And we have lots of upcoming classes. Here are some of the classes that we'll be offering for free throughout the year. We'll have classes on acne, hyperpigmentation, men's skin health, pregnancy in your skin, anti-aging in your skin, hair loss, eczema, nutrition in your skin, and stress in your skin. So we'll have lots of classes, and if you have any classes that you feel like you would like for us to offer, I'll be more than glad to teach those classes. Just let me know. And so here's my contact information. You can reach me via email, and our website is nuekie.com, and then we're also on Facebook and Twitter. And I'm going to open the floor for questions. So let me just see right here. Okay. So does anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? Thank you, Tiffany, for I'm glad that you see that this is a powerful testimony. Okay, let's see if we have any questions. Thank you so much, Latoya. I'm glad that you found that this is great information. Yes, towelettes, Tiffany, can be used as a pre-cleanser. Um, Definitely you can use those to wipe off any makeup or dirt that you may have on your face. And then you can follow up with the cleanser. The key thing is you want to make sure you cleanse twice. Uh, okay. Someone had a question about estheticians. And if you could type that question in again, that would be helpful. And that way I can make sure I answer everyone's questions. Okay, are there any ways to prevent tags and moles? Okay, so what I'll say is that no, there's no way to prevent tags and moles, but you can have them removed. So with moles and tags, you can go see a dermatologist and they'll remove the skin tags on the moles. Um, uh, they may use a heating device, or they may even use an extraction element to actually remove it, but they'll eventually come back, so you'll have to go back to the dermatologist to have them removed. Okay, is there anything, someone asked the question, is there anything you can do for our lips? Okay, and I'm not sure what question that how to answer that, but yes, when it comes to, I have really dry lips. They could get really chappy. So I make sure that being a chemist, I make sure I use uh, uh, a product with ingredients that help with my chappy lips. So I'll create a product that will address that issue. So yes. Someone asked if I could see them. Okay, that was Latoya. No, I cannot see you. Um, okay. Okay, someone asked, can you recommend any over-the-counter products good for African American skin? And that is Shania. Okay, so I tend to like products that contain ingredients such as glycolic acid, which is great for our skin, salicylic acid, um, and lactic acid. Depending on your skin type, um, I would be able to give you a better recommendation. So if you can tell me what your skin type is and what issues you're having, then I can answer that one clearly. Someone said, I go to the esthetician once a month for deep cleansing. Is that enough? Yes, that's great. Yes, I highly recommend going to an esthetician to have your skin taken care of, because sometimes it's good to have that professional touch. Estheticians have an expertise, and they have equipment to help cleanse and treat your skin. And I also recommend going to see a dermatologist once a year. But for those that cannot go to an esthetician, there are things you can give yourself: a home facial, using a facial steamer, and maybe I'll talk about that in another class, where I'll probably have some of the equipment and things here. That way I can actually show you how to do an at-home facial. Okay, someone asked, what are my thoughts on salicylic peels? Okay, are you doing the peels at home, or are you doing the peels at uh, uh, with an esthetician or a dermatologist's office? I highly recommend that chemical peels are performed by a dermatologist or an esthetician, because they have expertise in actually addressing our skin issues, because there's certain salicylic acid at certain concentrations, and along with other acids, can actually be detrimental to our skin if we don't use it correctly. So for instance, for an African American person that may be experiencing, let's say, acne, and and hyperpigmentation, and they want to get a glycolic peel or a TCA peel, the concentration of that particular peel will be a lot different from that of a Caucasian. Typically, dermatologists and estheticians will start you off with a low concentration, just to see how tolerant your skin is to it, and then build up from there. So again, I like chemical peels, but I think they should be done by an expert. Okay, someone said, I think my skin type is combination. Can you recommend some types of products that I should be using? Okay, so your cleanser should be either a very light cream or a very or gel cleanser. And so you want to make sure that you look for a cleanser that has salicylic acid or glycolic acid in it. And I don't know, I'm assuming that since you have combination skin, that you may experience acne as well. So you want to look for salicylic acid as an active ingredient. You want to look for glycolic acid or lactic acid as a active ingredient for your cleanser, your toner, and also your moisturizer. You want to use a moisturizer that has a little bit of oil, and also that can have a gel feel to it, so that you don't have, your face won't look so greasy. I hope that helps. Let me see what other questions. Okay, so you were asking for the salicylic acid peels as far as the efficacy. The top peels that I see that are used are TCA, glycolic acid, and lactic acid peels. I think salicylic acid may be at the bottom tier when it comes to professional skin peels. Okay, are there any other questions? I'm so excited. Everyone's asking questions. I'm trying to read these here. Okay, someone asked, when choosing skincare products, does the brand matter? Yes, it does. When I was going through having acne and dealing with hyperpigmentation, I noticed that a lot of the drugstore products were not helping me with the issue. So I went to the medical grade or pharmaceutical grade products that you could get through a physician or that you can get through an esthetician, or you could get through online at on their website, on the brand's website. How can I get my makeup to last if I have combination skin? Do you wear a primer, Regina? Because I have combination skin, so I tend to be oily up here and then here, and then my cheeks are are dry. So what I do for my when I wear makeup is I make sure I wear a primer, and the primer protects my skin from the makeup, and it gives it a smooth look and feel. So once I apply the primer, then I follow up with my foundation, and that tends to allow my makeup to last for a good amount of time. You always have to refresh in your makeup during the day. So when I say refresh, you may have to go and put a a light powder on your face. What I like Smashbox. Have you ever tried Smashbox primer? I use the clear one. I can't remember the name of it. Are there any other questions? Okay. Yes, definitely try it out and let me know how it works for you. And if it doesn't, then I'll try to provide you with other recommendations. Okay, which SPF do you find works well with our skin? Great question, Afia. So I suggest that you use an SPF of 30. Um, SPF of 50 or 75 doesn't do anything different from that of an SPF of 30 or 15. When you get up high in 50, 75, and 100, it's all marketing at that point. Any other questions? What do you think about using oils such as jojoba oil, coconut oils, as moisturizers? Okay, that's a great question, Latoya. So jojoba oil actually mimics the sebum that our skin releases. So that actually is a pretty good oil to use. Now, as far as coconut oil, you have to be very careful with that because that and cocoa butter can actually clog your pores and lead to acne. Someone asked me what skincare line do I use. I use my own skincare line actually. So I use the Nuekie Moisture Therapy Cream, which is a great moisturizer. I have combination skin, and I don't like my skin to look oily or greasy, but I want to have that anti-aging to preserve the sexy. And then also, I want my skin to retain moisture. So this is great for me. And that's why I designed it, because I needed something that could work well for my skin. And then I use the Nuekie pre-cleanser, and that works well for my skin as far as cleansing. It's a gentle cleanser, and it helps to reduce acne flare-ups on my skin. Okay, so we got one more minute, and I'm gonna ask